Welcome back, you guys. We're less than 2 weeks away from the start of the Premier League season. Chelsea opening up the year against Fulham. That's exciting. Less than 2 weeks away. Preseason mostly wrapped up, almost. The tour in Hong Kong, South Asia, it went pretty well, except for that Malaysian team. It kind of looked like they wanted to took the friendly a little too intensely, playing a little too physical for a friendly. But to each their own. But today is all about expectations. All about expectations. You guys know, if you listen to me in the past, if you follow my content before, you know how I feel about this Chelsea team and Xabi right now. I think there's no reason why they can't compete for a title this season. I don't see why not. And I guess today we're going to try to explain that. Because I might be sounding crazy to some of you, or I might be making a lot of sense. Whatever, guys. So the reason why I'll explain why I think that. First things first, the team. We got a lot of guys now. The transfer window's mostly wrapped up. There's still some missing pieces, and we're probably going to break down that starting lineup later and break down the different formations and everyone on the team. But the incomings, outgoings are mostly finished. There's still some question marks in the air, especially in that strike room. Nico Jackson, Delap, they're linked to go. Neto's linked to City. Enzo, who knows what's happening with Enzo at this point, honestly. But one thing that Xabi said about all that stuff is he wants to get it all wrapped up by the start of the year, not have any distractions. And the reason why I feel so strongly that this team could really make it all is because that one guy right there is Xabi Alonso. I am completely bought into his changes. I am completely bought into his mentality shift that he's bringing. I'm excited for the year because of what he's bringing to the team. And if you guys listen to any of the preseason press conferences or read any of the articles about what's going on in the preseason, it's been the players are really starting to buy into Xabi Alonso, and that's what you need to see. He really is trying to create and cultivate that mentality in the players, and some of the examples that I've been reading in articles from The Athletic, I think Simon Johnson was reporting it, where going to South Asia, it really messes up with your circadian rhythm. It's on a whole completely different time clock. But Xabi Alonso running with the players right when they get off the bus, diving into film sessions before anybody else. He is personally setting the example, and I'm sure honestly it's crazy to say, but he could be faster than most players on the team already. That's just a separate point. But he's still 44. To have a manager that's able to set the standards himself, we all know his resume. We all know what he did as a player, and we all know what he could bring to the table as an actual manager. But as a people person, it's crazy. Setting the expectations by physically running is obviously not every coach can do that. They're older, fat, you know what I mean? But to have a coach that's young enough, spry enough, and still has that energy to want to compete like a player almost, it really sets the tone in the locker room. And if you're not on board, then he doesn't want you there. And that's a key thing that we saw with during Xabi Alonso's time in general. When he was with Real Madrid, obviously they did not buy into his systems and his philosophies and his ideas, and it didn't work out there. But at Leverkusen, they bought in, and they lots and lots of success there. And this team right now is kind of a perfect fit for him in that way, because there's so many young players that are looking for a leader, are looking for someone to follow. Even the older players here, they're tired of the dysfunction. They're tired of a new manager every year. They want to build a winner. They want to set a new culture. And Xabi's trying to do that right now, and having the players buy into that is very, very important. I know it's still preseason. New manager comes in, everyone's bought in until the actual games start happening. But I don't think this team's going to be losing a lot to start the year. Hopefully not. But Xabi even said it himself in some of these press conferences, where he's setting the expectation that this team needs to win right away. I'm not even saying that. He's saying that. Those are his own words, his expectations, that he expects his team to compete right away, while also developing and becoming a better team over the course of the season. But there should be no reason why this team is starting super slow or X, Y, and Z. Xabi is setting the expectation for them to win it right away, so I'm going to follow that. I agree the team should win right away. And this whole idea of like a slow start into a new system, like yeah, it's a new system. Yeah, there's some new players, but a lot of it is like it's football, guys. It's not that complicated. It's not rocket science. Like we got good players. We got a good manager now. I got a good system, and it just should be no reason why they shouldn't be winning right away. Um, there's a lot of other things that Xabi's bringing to the table. The state of the team right now, we're looking good, and so let's really just break down the starting 11, the different formations we got going on here. Let me get back to some expectation stuff. Trying to stay focused, but so right now, this is like the current, almost current roster. We got our striker room, Cole Palmer. I'm doing a 4-2-3-1 at the moment because I know formations. That's what makes Xabi. I mean, it's what modern football is at this point. Is like, yeah, you have your formation, you have your system, you have your philosophy, your rules of how you like to play, but it's all kind of like plays around. It all moves together, and it changes it and it adapts to like the players on the pitch, to how you want to play against a certain opponent, to what happens with and without the ball. Like everyone's always moving around, switching formations. So just because of what you see on paper, this is not necessarily how they're gonna play specifically. Like you'll have like, for example, if you have Pep Chavarria on the pitch with Reece James, Chavarria might be pushing up more. Reece James might be staying back more. Or you replace him with Hato. Hato might be staying back more while Reece James or Marco Palestra pushes up. You know what I mean? So it's all this like stuff that's like interchangeable, adaptability, flexibility, versatility. I'm gonna be making a video on that soon, so stay tuned for that. Where we really break down Xavi's philosophy. But right now, if you look at this team, it's just why not us? That's my biggest thing. It's like why not us? Liverpool's not giving me a lot of confidence right now. They're not. Like I like Iraola as a coach, but he even said Iraola said like a couple days ago, that the team came and run for more than 30 minutes. Like I know it's a long season ahead, but like that's what he's working with is a team that can't run for 30 minutes straight. We know they've been dealing with a lot of injuries. They don't look as strong as they have in prior years. They're not really scaring me. There's really no reason why Chelsea can't compete with them. Manchester City, the Pep's not there anymore. They're not as scary. I'm sorry. Like they still have a very good team. Like Haaland is a great player. But losing Pep, like now they just become a regular team, in my opinion. Like we know Enzo Maresca. He's a decent coach. He's a solid coach, but he's no Pep Guardiola. You know what I mean? Somehow, some way, Chelsea ended up with the best manager of the Premier League. Arteta and Arsenal, they're probably one of the only better teams on paper than us. If you really look at the squad, but still, guys, it's Arsenal. Are we really gonna be that scared of Arsenal? No. So they're like and when you really break it down, there should be no reason why this team can't be really good right away, or not even really good right away. Compete. And if you look at the roster, like we're gonna break it down right now. Joao Pedro, great player, starting striker. Wells is probably gonna be the second guy. This is the Lap Jackson situation. We don't know what's really happening with that. It looks like they kind of want to lap out the door, but like who's gonna buy him? You know, so you kind of might be stuck with him. Amiga is probably gonna be hard to sell as well because you bought him already, and then he's been injured a lot. He's been injured in the preseason. We haven't really got a good look at him just yet. But it wouldn't make sense to sell him if you bought him this season. Who's gonna buy him at that point if he's been hurt? So it really leaves Jackson as like the odd man out who kind of has to leave because where's he gonna play at this point? I know a lot of you guys are really big fans of Jackson, and you guys know my opinions on him. I don't really love Jackson. I'd like a fresh start, but I mean, he looked good in the preseason. I'll give him his flowers. He is a good, solid player, even though he's very, very frustrating at times. He is very talented as well. But it really looks like the room is just going to be these three guys. So that works for me. Joao Pedro is just such Joao Pedro, Danny Welbeck. Like honestly, whoever else plays, like those are the two main guys, and they could cook. They've done it. Joao Pedro is so good, so good. And then on the wings, Pedro Neto, he's been linked to City. We'll see if that comes to fruition. But we have a lot of options. You could throw Cole Palmer in there if you want to run like 2 10s. almost with Morgan Rogers and Cole Palmer. Steve, he could do that too. Jamie Gittens, I'm not too confident in. He definitely needs more time. But you got Morgan Rogers, Cole Palmer, Joao Pedro up top as your attacking three. That's like, and throwing in Steve or Pedro Neto. Like, that's pretty good, guys. That's pretty freaking good. In CM, you got Moy, Enzo. Hopefully Enzo. We'll get an answer on Enzo by the end of, maybe not this week, but the end of next week, hopefully. Which is, I just want to be done with the Enzo saga. I'm glad he's back at Cobham now. He looks happy. I think the guy just wants to do a contract. That's been my opinion this whole time. I mean, you saw it with the Vinny Jr. rumors to Arsenal. Vinny Jr. was never coming to Arsenal. He just wanted a new contract from Real Madrid. So he started saying, I want to go to Arsenal. And Real Madrid's like, all right, we'll give you a new contract. And I think they paid him to be the same exact amount as Kylian Mbappe. So, and just probably thinking the same thing. Just give me the money so I can just be on the same par as everyone. So like, I could be like the highest paid player on the team. Whether you like that or not, that's whatever. That's probably what he's looking for. But like, this team is completely different with or without Enzo Fernandez. Because if you take Enzo Fernandez out of this rotation, you're going to have to buy another player, like maybe like Adam Wharton, who's good, but like, come on, guys. The team looks so much better with Enzo there. Lavia off the bench, I'm so happy for him. He played a full 90 minutes. And that's another thing with Xabi Alonso. Here, I'll go on camera for this. Xabi Alonso, he let Romeo Lavia play a full 90 minutes to help him get over a mental stumble, a mental block almost, of just because he never played 90 minutes in like 3 years because of injury concerns. And it's small. Like, I know, like, it's almost expected as a manager to have very good control of your personnel, understand the personalities on your team. But like, that's a good sign that Xabi's understanding the team. He knows how to relate to the players. He's giving the players opportunities, and that's the symbiotic relationship. Like, it's very good that you could see already that Xabi's making his mark on the team, trying to get players to build a confidence and believe in themselves. And we know Lavia's talent. He's a very talented player. Just whether he's staying healthy, and like, that's up to his body at this point, because it's just genetics. Honestly, genetics. His body, like, he's just more injury prone than another player, which sucks for him because he's so talented. But this room got a lot better because of the addition of Henderson. Been seeing that, done that. Valentin Barco could slide in there, but Dario Sugo, he might need a loan out. He has not looked too impressive. But I wouldn't mind like another CM, like a Pep Chavaria type of signing, but for CM, like a $20 million player. Maybe that's Henderson. But just like, because I'm scared Lavia's going to get hurt. Barco's good, but like, asking Barco to be an everyday, week in and week out starter if somebody goes down, that's a lot to ask from him. Henderson is good. I would just maybe like one more player in that room. That's where it gets difficult, is because like, for the price tag, you got to balance playing time with a price tag and the player. You know what I mean? So like a Henderson, for example, he's 36 years old. He was cheap, free transfer, I think. So, and he's probably not expecting to play a lot of minutes. But to find players like that are willing to come there while not expecting to play a lot, it's very difficult balance to find. Let's move on to we got Pep Chavaria. I wish the Pep Chavaria deal got off sooner. Like, I don't know, Raya was being so annoying in the negotiations, asking for like 40 plus million. We got him for 20. Come on, guys. So like, it's disappointing because of Rayo's business that he couldn't join the team earlier and be a part of the preseason tour. But he's here now, 28 years old. See, it's another difference with Xabi. It's like, we're finally bringing guys with experience, and like, yeah, Welbeck and Henderson are on like the way other side of experience, 36 years old. But you have a guy like Pep Chavaria in his prime, 28 years old. Bring in LaCroix, whatever. I cannot pronounce names. I'm sorry. Bring him in. He's 26. So those are two guys in the peak age of their careers, who've seen a lot. Pep Chavaria coming from a second league Spain to now playing for the mighty Chelsea. What a story for that guy. And just think of all the stuff he could help teach a Hato, a Marco Palestra, a Valentin Barco, guys who are maybe on the edge of playing often, maybe are looking to get more minutes, looking for development. Hato's probably going to play a lot more. But especially like, to have a guy in there who's had such a long road in his career to get to where he is, and not to play for one of the biggest clubs in the world, it's just very impressive. It's another great personality to have in the locker room. And that's what this team was desperately needed. Because like, you had guys, like Reece James, at the peak of his powers. But you had a lot of, even like Moy and Enzo, like they're like 24, I'd say. I forget off the top of my head, but they're still fairly young. Enzo might be 25, Moy might be younger, but they're still fairly young. They're not like 26, 27, 28 when you get to Welbeck and Henderson. Those are like 30 plus year old. They're a different level of age. But you're getting guys that are older, experienced, but still at the peak. So now we're starting to really like diversify the age groups of this team. We have the young guys to develop for development. We have the guys at the peak of their powers, and we have the older mentors. And it's really a good symbiotic relationship. Out of the preseason, we're hearing guys like Levi Colwill. What a guy! What a captain! I don't even think he's a captain. I apologize, but you know what I'm saying. What a leader, I'd say. What a leader of the team. He probably where the captains are ready for a few games, honestly, because you just see it. But stories in the preseason talking about how Levi Colwill was trying to bridge the gap between the young players and the older players, because they're mentioning sometimes on prior preseason tours, the older players who are already part of the squad will be in one group, and the young players will be in another group, and there wasn't much interaction between the two. Levi Colwill helped bridge that gap because he's was a young player for Charles, like academy guy, and then so he understands that and helped bridge that gap, which is very, very important. And on this tour, we've seen a lot of great young players, academy guys, get a lot of time, get a lot of minutes, and now a lot of them are going to be loaned out, which is great. And it's just so nice to see these young guys. I know it's only preseason, but contribute and to show flashes, to show talent, and like not only that, Xabi Alonso trusts him to play a lot. I know, and maybe the preseason tour helped with that because we had games back-to-back days, such a long travel schedule. You really needed all those young players to play the minutes. So to have them to get that opportunity to be with the first team players, to learn from Xabi Alonso, and just to show flashes, like these guys could maybe not ready to contribute this year, but those are guys you could bring in maybe next year, the year after that, to be contributors, and that's exactly what you want. It's exactly what you want. Center back room is looking a lot better now. We got Maxence Lacroix. Still got Colwill. You guys know I'm not a fan of Wesley Fofana. He's a decent player, but I think now you have Colwill, Lacroix, Fofana playing next to those type of guys is going to be a lot better than Fofana playing next to a Badia Shield, a Chalobah. Chaloba's gone, finally, in my opinion. He's very well liked, I guess, on social media. I mean, he is a long-time Chelsea player. I think 20 years of his life he might have been at Chelsea. But it was time for him to go. It was time to really rebuild this center back room, and we've done that. Maybe Tosin's probably gonna be out the door. But now you got Colwill, Fofana, a Chempong, maybe a Chempong. But Colwill, Fofana, Lacroix, Hato for sure. Those are four guys. A Chempong is young. We'll see if he gets loaned out because he needs the minutes. But he looks really good against AC Milan in that preseason game. I know it's just preseason, guys, but he looked good. I'm very excited for his development. He's such a unique player, unique profile. He's so tall, but still really good with the ball at his feet. And he had some great moments in defense, which the guy needs to play. So maybe he'll get loaned out. But that might leave a small hole at center back. We'll see. But he looked good. Marco Palestra, oh my God, what a player. Talk about a Xabi handpicked player, Marco Palestra. The guy is he's so unique of a talent. He really is. 2 feet, both sides. Maybe he's not the best defender at this point in his career, but and it's like kind of weird too because he's very tall. He's like 6'2", and his acceleration is kind of slow. But once he gets going, he got like gazelle legs. Like he could just run. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time in the attack, and like Xabi's using him all around the pitch, almost like a Swiss Army knife. I think he's gonna really, if he likes Palestra to do that, I think he's gonna love Valentin Barco to do something similar just as well. Because those are two young players now showing with a lot of potential. Don't be surprised if you might see Reece James move over the pitch, especially in these formations. Like we're gonna run a 3-back. It's not out of the realm of possibility that Reece James is one of those center backs. Or Reece James is playing the midfield with Palestra as a wingback if Xabi really falls in love with Palestra. But this team is really starting to build into something that makes sense, that really fits Xabi's philosophy. He's finally getting a lot of his players in here. And there's still more that we don't really know what's going on with. Like what's going on? What's the deal with Malo Gusto? He's been linked to Man City, but we haven't really heard anything much. There's a lot of young players on this team. There's a lot of older players. I think might be this Chelsea team's looking good. Like, it's really looking good on paper, guys. It really, really is. I would probably like one more depth piece at CM and center back. But right now this team is looking pretty good. Injuries can always change that, but that's like out of everyone's control. But I was looking at some lineups. Bear with me. Something like this could work. Maybe Chavari goes up a little more. Reece James drops back a little more. Who knows? Maybe there's so much options on this team. So much option, or you can even if Neto doesn't get sold, you can even run something like this. There's so many different options with this team, and I think that's exactly what Xabi is looking for. Is having a team where we're playing a team that plays a certain way, so he wants to switch it out. Maybe he wants to run a 3-back or wing-backs against a certain team. Maybe he thinks a 4-back will be better against. You know what I mean? Being able to adapt and change not only on the fly with players who could, while they're on the pitch, could play different positions, but you could bring guys on who could play a bunch of different positions and be really flexible. And that's just going to make the team better. And that's really what modern football is nowadays too. As PSG really likes to show us, because they're a very good team. And, those guys are constantly moving around and they're playing. And the way they play is just very, very fun to watch. But a couple more things I want to talk about. Winning the league, guys. Is it possible? Maybe. We're not playing Europe. The players are buying in. We saw what happened at Leverkusen when the players bought in. Slow start. Xabi, I don't think we're gonna really have a slow start either. Let's look at our first couple games. We got Fulham to lead off the season, and we got Luton in the Carabao, then Brighton and Arsenal Sunday, September 6th, guys. It's third Premier League game of the year. That is a big one. That's gonna be a fun game. I can't wait for that one. But then we have Hull and Brentford. So we should maybe go 4-1, 3-1-1 to begin the year. That was my 3-1-1 at least. That's not even that hard to do. 3-1-1. When you look at this team, you look at the teams with you look at the you just look at the other teams. You tell me we're not better than these teams? We really are. We have one of the best coaches in the world. We have plenty of talent on this team. Finding out guys in a fittest formation. I'm really just excited to get out of this transfer window and get these incomings and outgoings finished, get the business done with, and really just start locking into the year. I really feel like we have the talent. I really do. Who are we missing? Maybe I know the fans always hate on Enzo Fernandez, but I don't even want to talk about Enzo Fernandez. We'll see what happens with that. But looking around the league, looking at this team, hearing from Xabi Alonso, hearing from players, hearing it all. This is the players are buying in. Xabi's locked in to create a winning team and a winning culture at that. With the players he's bringing in, with the tone that he's setting, the expectations that he's setting for the team already. Because when he's talking to the press, talking about I expect to win right away, he's not necessarily talking to me. Excuse me, I apologize. He's not necessarily talking to me. He's talking to the press while also kind of speaking to the players at the same time. Setting that expectation, they should be ready to go right away for the start of the year. No excuses. And if he's setting the tone, I'm gonna follow, guys. I really think this team could be a winner. There should be no reason why Chelsea can't win the league, guys. Should be no reason why they can't. Those are my expectations. I don't care, guys. I don't care. Top 4 obviously is a bare minimum. Champions League berth is a bare minimum. We should be expecting to compete for the top of the league. That's what I'm looking for in this season. Expect to compete for the top of the league. So I don't see why not. Let me know what you guys think about our expectations, about Xabi Alonso, about the players, about the depth, formations, tactics, lineups, whatever, bro. Just let me know. We can talk about it. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be back next week with another video. I'm trying to create more of these not video essays, but more explaining, almost like an article you'd read, but just in a video format. I dropped one about Xabi's changing to create a winning culture here. That was a good one. For that one, I wish I would have waited to include some more sound bites from Jordan Henderson, now that he's officially a Chelsea player and a bunch of other guys. But I think the message is clear that in that video that Xabi Alonso is building a winning team, a winning mentality, just based on the veterans that he's bringing in, the tone that he's setting, the expectation that he's setting. So like I feel like a broken record at this point. I've been talking for too long, but it's expectations to win right away, expectations to win the league. So I'm gonna follow that. We're gonna close it out here. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, send it to your mother, your brother, your sister, whatever. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.